Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is asking the FDA to investigate that wildly popular Prime energy drink and whether it's being marketed to children. The brand does also make a zero caffeine drink. It's called Prime Hydration. Senator Schumer claims that packaging and advertising for the two drinks are almost identical. Makers of Prime point out that the label warns it is not recommended for children under 18.
Oh my god, guys, Prime is basically walking straight into its own funeral right now. I know, you're probably sitting there like, what is he even talking about? But trust me, I'm not exaggerating. At this moment, outside the United States, Prime's market share has tumbled to below 90%, which is shocking considering it once ruled the shelves with sales exceeding $30 million. Fast forward to today, and it's barely scraping together $300,000. And you want to know why this is happening? Well, that's exactly what today's video is about. I'm going to break down the story of a drink that came out of nowhere, ignited insane hype, and was supposed to be the next Gatorade, the next massive hydration brand, the drink that was supposed to turn Logan Paul and KS1 into the first billionaire YouTubers. Yet, somehow, that same drink is now slowly fading away from the market. So buckle up, let's dive in. But before we dissect Prime's collapse, we need to rewind a bit because this drink didn't magically appear overnight. Everything started when Logan Paul and KSI, two of the biggest internet sensations, two YouTubers who literally went head to head in the ring for millions of views, made the unexpected decision to join forces as business partners. Yeah, you heard that right. They announced Prime Hydration in 2022 and the internet absolutely went wild. Everyone was talking about it, everyone wanted a piece of it, and for a moment it seemed unstoppable.
Oh, bro, when you drink it, you're gonna come, bro.
Whoa!
That's how good it is, bro.
It wasn't that Prime was some groundbreaking, game-changing drink. It was all about who was behind it. Logan Paul and KSI's massive followings treated Prime like it was the newest limited edition iPhone. Shelves were emptied within minutes of restocks. Kids were reselling bottles for hundreds of dollars on eBay, turning a simple hydration drink into an overnight craze.
Hi Raj, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Can I have 2 Prime? One for me, one for my cousin.
One for your cousin?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All of a sudden, Prime wasn't just a beverage anymore. It became a status symbol, skyrocketing from obscurity to $1 billion valuation almost overnight.
When do you guys just say fuck it and just...
The honest answer, when we both hit that B.
I'm out this bitch when I hit that B.
I'm out.
And you're gonna see it unhinged, unfiltered.
Yo, I can't wait, Jake.
And that's just how fast it all took off. Thanks entirely to Logan and KSI, they had the influence, the branding, the marketing machine, and they knew exactly how to make it explode online. Whether it was kids downing Prime in viral TikToks or entire schools banning it because of the chaos it created, Prime was everywhere you looked. It even started going toe-to-toe with massive industry players like Gatorade and Powerade. But this is where things start to shift. Even as sales were reaching insane heights, Logan Paul's controversies began piling up. Scams, fake promotions, questionable deals, you name it. Suddenly, his name was showing up for all the wrong reasons. And here's the catch. When your entire product is tied to your face and reputation, any crack in that image starts to shake the brand itself. Slowly, it begins to crumble right along with you.
So you don't lend your brand to this, or people just know your Prime? Like, how does this work?
No. Yeah, well, I'm a co-founder with
But if
KSI.
if I go online and look at the advertising of this, are you all over?
Yes,
Yeah,
100%.
Okay, so that's exciting.
But that wasn't the only issue. People began taking a closer look. Doctors started warning that Prime had too much caffeine, parents raised serious concerns, and it even triggered lawsuits and government investigations over how the drink was being marketed to kids.
This morning, New York Senator Chuck Schumer is calling on the FDA to investigate the energy drink Prime.
And gradually, the magic began to wear off. Making matters even worse, Logan and KSY didn't just focus on building their brand. They went on the offensive, trying to take down the competition. They openly mocked Gatorade, threw shade at every other hydration drink out there, and carried themselves like Prime was untouchable.
Hydration beverages that are on the market right now are like either A, not good for you, B, taste like shit, or C, are archaic as fuck.
But here's the kicker. Consumers hate arrogance. Once people saw the owners acting like bullies, turning business rivalries into personal attacks and spreading negativity, they started walking away. Nobody wants to support a brand built on ego and drama. And just like that, what began as a billion-dollar hype machine started quietly collapsing. Prime's rise and fall became the perfect example of how fame can create something overnight and how ego can destroy it just as fast. And it only gets worse. Logan Paul's shady moves didn't stop at business rivals. He even dragged his pregnant wife into his sketchy marketing schemes, using her as part of questionable promotions to push the brand.
We have our snacks and our energy drink, none other than the greatest meals in the world. Lunchly, of course, we have the turkey, cheese, and cracker stack. Also the Fiesta Nachos, my personal favorite.
Love.
Just stop and think about that for a second. You're out here bragging that Prime is good for everyone, but when people actually start looking at what's inside the drink, they find unhygienic and potentially harmful ingredients. Isn't that embarrassing? What are you going to tell your own child when they grow up and ask, "Dad, didn't you know what was in the drink you were selling to millions of kids?" Now, even nutrition experts are calling it out. Everyone flaunts Prime's nutrition label like it's some kind of badge, but nobody talks about the hidden, questionable ingredients that can quietly harm your body over time. Watch that expert's breakdown and then try to convince me this isn't just another money-first scheme disguised as a healthy lifestyle drink.
Prime. More like crime. This is Logan Paul's and KSI's new drink. Dare to battle Gatorade. Guys, is it a good drink? 3 problems I have with it. Let's go with the good things. It has filtered water. Great. Coconut water, which is good for hydration, and some BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. Can't go wrong with it. But the 3 ingredients I have a problem with are citric acid. Everyone knows it causes inflammation. And the 2 artificial sweeteners. One of them being sucralose and the second one being acesulfame potassium. Everyone knows it's not good for your gut health and brain development. So would I use this? Probably not, guys. Parents, don't get your kids Prime. Even though it's run by KS and Logan Paul, they could have done a much better job in order to battle Gatorade. It's not the healthiest drink. I would stick with water.
Exactly, that's the core issue. They basically packed a silent danger right into their product. And when Kevin O'Leary appeared on Prime's promotional podcast, even he couldn't ignore it. He called it out straight. Prime isn't built on quality, science, or innovation. It's propped up entirely by Logan Paul and KSW's fame.
So you don't lend your brand to this, or people just know you're Prime? Like, how does this work?
No. Yeah, well, I'm a co-founder with
But if
KSI.
if I go online and look at the advertising of this, are you all over this?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, so that's exciting. It's such a competitive space because the shelf is completely loaded with competitors, and you know who they are.
Yep.
And they don't like dirty little startups like you.
Yep.
But you have a competitive advantage because of your brand.
That's the bottom line. No real foundation, no genuine value, just pure clout. Let's be honest, Prime isn't popular because it's healthy or high quality. It's popular because 2 massive influencers won't stop shoving it in everyone's face. They turned hype into a billion-dollar brand, not honesty. But when your own reputation is toxic and your brand mirrors that toxicity, respect disappears fast. And that's exactly what's happening. Prime is hemorrhaging market share, profits are shrinking day by day, and now reports say the manufacturer is even filing lawsuits against Logan Paul and the drink itself. So what's Logan doing in response? He's cornered, and when people like him can't clean up their own mess, they lash out at everyone else. That's why he's been posting disrespectful videos and shady comments targeting other products, Lunchables, Gatorade, body armor, basically anything that threatens his crumbling empire.
Alright, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro, I'm sorry, that's trash. Alright, now we're trying Lunchly. Come on.
We're not biased at all, but ours is way better.
The hydration beverages that are on the market right now are like either A, not good for you, B, taste like shit, or C, are archaic as fuck. Gatorade's been around for 15 years, has 120 calories. It's so high in sugar, it's fucking garbage.
Yeah, man.
Why has no one effectively made a drink that is actually better for you and is affordable and tastes good?
And they didn't stop with just shady comments. They actually went a step further, hiring their own fans and crew to manufacture a fake movement. Remember that hashtag boycott Gatorade campaign? Yeah, it wasn't real. It wasn't some organic public outrage. It was entirely orchestrated by Logan, KSI, and their team to create hype that never actually existed.
Fuck Gatorade! Fuck Gatorade! Fuck Gatorade! Fuck Gatorade! What?
Wow.
Fucking
hell. The UK shows up. Holy shit.
Like, compared to, all our competitors, we're just destroying them.
By doing the wackiest shit. Though.
Yeah, like
we got in Prime mascot costumes and shadow box.
Bro, when you ever gonna see what Gatorade do that or Powerade or these other competitors?
The level of shamelessness here is honestly off the charts. Logan Paul is completely destroying everything just to cover up the ugly truth behind Prime and all the other brands he's attached to. And instead of owning up to it, he's trying to shift the blame onto other products, brands that are leagues above him in quality, branding, and market value. It's honestly pathetic, a desperate bid to stay relevant, but even that isn't the full story. Logan's original pitch was to make Prime the ultimate drink for athletes, the must-have in sports culture. Then Derek from More Plates, More Dates exposed the reality. Prime isn't even beneficial for athletes. At this point, buying and drinking Prime isn't making you healthier. It's just putting money into the pocket of a shady influencer trying to stay rich.
But it's not the electrolyte formula for athletes. This is not focused for athletes and designed for athletes whatsoever with 40 milligrams of sodium. Let's think about here, if we're designing an electrolyte formula, the purpose is hydration. We are trying to achieve a state of heightened performance through replenishing lost electrolytes that should already be in balance given your diet model too. So let's look at the element or the liquid IV breakdown. We have 500 milligrams of sodium. So when he mentions as a criticism, it tastes kind of salty. It's like, well, good fucking luck getting away from the salty taste when you have over 500 plus milligrams of sodium in a product.
And now, as more people dig into this whole mess, even the government isn't turning a blind eye anymore. Authorities have begun taking it seriously, opening investigations into Prime, especially because of how aggressively it's been marketed to children. Think about that. A drink loaded with questionable ingredients, hyped up like it's some kind of superhero juice, when in reality, it could actually be harmful to the very kids it's supposed to be for. At this point, it's no longer just a controversy, it's shaping up to be a serious public health concern.
This morning, New York Senator Chuck Schumer is calling on the FDA to investigate the energy drink Prime.
One of the summer's hottest status symbols for kids is not an outfit, it's not a toy. It's a beverage.
At this point, it really feels like Prime is on the fast track to its final downfall, the end of the hype, the end of the scam. And what happens after that? If Prime collapses, there's a real possibility that Logan Paul could finally face some accountability, maybe even legal consequences. And let's be real, KSI isn't walking away unscathed either, tied up in all of this mess. If the brand disappears, it could leave a permanent stain on both of their careers. So here's the question for you. Are you still buying into Prime, falling for all the flashy marketing and hype? Or are you finally seeing the truth and ready to step back? Drop your thoughts, because at the end of the day, your choices determine who stays in power and who fades into obscurity.